Being on the cusp of the release of The Dark Knight, is anyone else somewhat relieved they don't have Batman in the title of this one? I was thinking of Tim Burton's 1989 film Batman. People old enough to remember will recall the controversy surrounding the choice of Michael Keaton in the lead role. It seemed like such an odd choice, and people didn't know what this young director was thinking of. Why would he think the guy who played Mr. Mom and Johnny Dangerously could pull off the role of Batman? Optimistic fans would point to Keaton's acting in Clean and Sober, really his only dramatic role up to that point, as an indication that maybe Burton knew what he was doing. Of course, the casting of Jack Nicholson as Joker seemed like a sensible choice. I only bring up Burton's film because inevitably people will be using it as a comparison to The Dark Knight. Notably is the last big screen appearance of the Joker and how Heath Ledger stacks up against Jack. Even if he hadn't died unexpectedly and it wasn't one of Ledger's last performances, his role would still have been scrutinized for the sole fact that he's stepping into the Mount Olympus of superhero villains. It doesn't really get any bigger than the Joker. Unfortunately, his death has overshadowed everything surrounding the film. A lot of articles have made that their main and sometimes only focus. Don't get me wrong, I'm curious to hear how Alex from A Clockwork Orange influenced Heath's decisions for the Joker, but I would also be interested in hearing Bale talk about the growth of Bruce Wayne since the first film. Gary Oldman discussed Gordon's evolving relationship with Batman, and Aaron Eckhart's approach to his role as Harvey Dent. Where did Nolan want to take the character of Batman that was unique and fresh, and why is he so adamant not to use CGI effects? And why exactly did Katie Holmes not return? I heard scheduling conflicts. Really? They brought all the actors back, probably had them signed to a couple of films, and they didn't get Batman's love interest to commit to the sequel? Something's going on there. Not that I'm really going to miss her anyway. But all those questions seem secondary now, and the main talk is about Heath Ledger. Plus there's talk he could get an Oscar nomination for his performance. Has any superhero film ever got any nominations? I mean, besides special effects ones. Maybe this will be the first. Another thing that concerns me is Batman being a supporting player in his own movie. That's what happened as the films went on. It got to the point where it didn't matter who was playing Batman, and the most important thing was which celebrity they landed to play a villain. And what about these guys who were complaining about them using the Joker again? Have you heard this? The argument was they did the Joker in a movie already, so why don't they have Batman fight someone different? I never understood that argument. What's wrong with reinterpreting the characters and doing a completely different story with them? I mean, I think Batman is an interesting enough character alone that having a showy villain is not even necessary. It's just icing on the cake. That last film Joel Schumacher did was just all icing. Batman didn't even do anything in it. He got completely lost in the long tangle line of guest stars they had. Man, what a piece of shit that movie was. I think Nolan will do a nice balancing act with the Joker and not let Batman get overshadowed though. Anyway, this film is generating good word of mouth, and from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to deliver and live up to the expectations fans have. I mean, I certainly hope so. What do you guys think?